Is that Kawa here?
That's Kawa,
Yes,
the one and only Kawa.
I'm here.
Kawa.
Hey, man, I miss
Kawa.
you, dude.
Kawa. Kawa.
I miss you too.
Hello.
Hi guys.
Hi Gabi, how are you?
Hi everybody.
Gilly's here.
I-
Hi Gilly.
Hello there.
Hello.
Sandro, your generation scares the crap out of me, man.
Oh, well, I could say the same about yours, but
It's the fourth
Yeah.
turning. It's the fourth turning. Do you guys know about the fourth turning? This is the fourth turning. So when you mention Sandro's generation, weak men create weak hard times. That's the generation. Hypothesis.
Yeah.
Well, funny enough, so the reason this theory exists is that this is an 80-year generational cycle. So between World War I and World War II, there were about 80 years. So after World War I, we had good times and we had strong men. And
Like after the World War I, we had like the crash of the like 1929,
correct.
like the Great Depression.
Correct.
And some scientists actually said that there wasn't like two wars. There was like one war and a time in between, you know. So
That
it
makes
was
sense.
like-
Gilly, care to explain your major to people?
oh, I study history. I think Leandro knew that, right? Or not? Or didn't you?
No, I didn't know that. That's great to know. It's wonderful to know. I love that.
Okay.
All right, so what are we talking about here? We're talking about TruthScore, and today's topic is affirmative action is good for society. That's the hypothesis. Yeah, I personally think affirmative action is not good for society.
I don't like it either. Imagine there's a guy named John. John's a black man, and he wants to become a doctor. So normally for you to get into college, for you to get into medical school, there's a certain standard that you need to reach. But because of affirmative action and because John is black, there's a good possibility that they may lower the standards for him to come into college, right? So now when John comes into college, he comes in under the standards. So I may think, wait a minute, that college may have lowered their standards for John just so he can pass. And now he's a doctor. I don't know if I can trust his abilities because I know that in college, he didn't have to meet all the standards that everybody else had to meet.
You said that to get in college, you don't have to have a high standard. But once you are in there, it's the same thing for everyone. Have good grades to pass and to move on, like on college. So whether you're black or not, once you're in college, you have to have the same grades that a white person has. It's the same thing.
I disagree with that. So let's talk about Lewis. So let's say Lewis is not as hardworking as John, but he decides to change his life for the better. And he says, no, I want to be a doctor and I really want to work hard. But he actually comes in below the standard. Lewis will have to work harder than John because he needs to catch up to John because his standards was already lower. So Lewis might have to work twice as hard as John because he knew half as much when he first got into college.
What I want to do is I want to put this into TruthScore. So this is a lesson for anyone who isn't familiar with how to create support or challenge in TruthScore.
Yes, we can.
Okay, cool.